Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a Divine Messenger, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in, everyone. I'm a little bit tired. I wanted to do a reading with all the energy. It feels like spiritual warfare at its finest today. You know, it doesn't surprise me as this is the biggest super moon of 2025 that we just had. Yeah, so it doesn't surprise me. Maybe I didn't want to talk about the moon energy or get into it beforehand because I could feel the intensities that were coming through. I already had to sage very heavily just when we were within 24 hours of this moon, and I just had to cleanse my space again. But today has been a lot of spiritual warfare. A lot. I've been seeing it like everywhere too. Like even people that normally are cool, calm, and collected, like at my job, like I've been seeing them losing their stuff. I'm not to laugh. I'm trying to keep that energy light, but it's been challenging, right? But you know what? I feel like the tower is falling. I'm hearing like London bridges falling down, falling down, falling down. London bridges falling down, my fair lady. I don't know what that's all about. But that started going. Is that even how it goes? Gosh, I haven't sang that in quite some time. So something's going down. Something's falling down. Right, but you know, you often see large amounts of like chaos, it may look like, as a foundation is coming down, but it's coming down to rebuild, right? Or a redirection. Some things got to be dismantled and moved around, right? So when you do have a lot of things going on, oh, look who decided to show their face. The devil. Yes, so the devil is tearing stuff down. But did you ever think maybe the devil is allowed to do those things? Did you ever think that? Maybe that's why the devil meddles so much, right? And they're also tests. Temptation. You don't pass temptation and addictions and things like that. You get caught up. But sometimes when these hidden things happen, right, then they cause these tower moments. Like, I was actually being thankful of an event last night. And I was like, why would I even be thanking Divine for this? Because I was like, you allowed for me to take this tower down. You allowed me to now leave space. You allowed for me to go on my new pathway. And I was telling him, like, highest timeline, align me with my highest timeline. You know what's funny too is I was thinking, you know how like I always say over here, like I love to tell the universe to wow me, and I love to look for those surprises. Well, and I normally get on and sometimes I'll even share what the universe wowed me with, right? And a lot of times it's these beautiful things, right? Sometimes it's enlightenment, sometimes it's a beautiful spirit animal that crosses my path that day, or a symbolism or something like that. It's normally something beautiful, but you know what? Literally, last night I was like, wow, spirit, thanks. Like, because my wow that I got, my very big wow, was not a very pleasant wow. It was a realization, and it was seeing it, it was feeling it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, it was something I didn't want to see, I didn't want to hear, I didn't want to know, I didn't want to accept it. But from another level, like I knew it, but I got the confirmation, and they made it undeniable because I could see it, I could feel it, I could hear it. It was just like, that's why it was such an epic moment to have like everything, like it was like ta-da, like do you good. But it was in a moment of like, wow, you know, like take your breath away type of revelation, you know, like. But it's interesting because I already knew that it didn't cause the heart ache, you know. But anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't want to disclose too much. So I know I feel like I'm building you up to tell you, but I don't want to put too much of my personal stuff out there. So we're going to keep going on. But that's what I mean. So maybe for some of you, but that's what I mean. Sometimes the devil reveals what it's been doing or whatever to hurt you. But for some of you, it sets you free. Okay? It allows you to get yourself out of a situation. It's like if you find out someone's like a hidden devil in your world, you know, like a surprise. Like, you're going to stay? You know? All right, let's get into some more cards. So I was feeling this golden timeline. Okay. So we got the golden. You know, to get to golden timelines too, like, you better be ready to give some stuff up too. Like I was calling in my highest timelines. And doing that, you better know, you better be willing to give some things up. Right? Which is really with anything. Anytime you want something, you have to give something up. Even if you want new clothes. You know? I mean, you should with the laws of give and take. You know, but it's like, you want to move, you have to give up a location and a place and all of that. You want, you know? All right. I'm trying to not overly explain it. I keep seeing temperance. I keep seeing the angels. So I feel the angels are guiding something here. Let's find out more. Yeah, there's definitely a cycle closing out. We've got the Ten of Swords to the Hanged Man to the Six of Cups. So something from the past, it's getting a new perspective. For some of you, you're realizing that, wow, something that I thought might have been my forever was really a cycle. And it was very painful, and it was meant to teach a lot of lessons, obstacles. So you could be changing your perspective about something, right? You could not be holding on to it anymore. We've got the Four of Pentacles out with the Fool. So there's this new beginning that is here, but there's something heavily holding on to you. What is this Four of Pentacles? Eight of Swords, Chariot, Three of Cups. Maybe for some of you, you are like waiting on some sort of celebration, some sort of union, some sort of divine timing, like waiting for a rescue. But you realized, or waiting for like you to have enough money or something like that. But you realized you needed to change your plans. It's not about waiting. Wow. Ten of Pentacles is coming out with the Hierophant. Oh my gosh. With the Queen of Wands and the Hermit. It's like, for some of you, like, you're going to realize, like, in quiet and isolation. Maybe for some of you, realizing why you were in isolation. Why you were getting set aside. To get this revelation. To have this happen for you. Your highest timeline's the Ten of Pentacles. Hierophant represents new contracts. You're contracted, you're entering this new timeline. With the Queen of Wands, like you're passionately taking action, charge of control towards it. Amongst all the chaos, and that's what this is. That's why all of this coming at you has been trying to keep you low vibrational for you to not choose this high vibrational path. It was all to try to stop you, Eight of Cups, to keep you in the lower vibrational state. But it didn't happen. Nine of Cups. Because you know that you have healed yourself. So this devil's big mad because it's not able to use the same tricks. You may notice that people are trying to do things and say things that pissed you off before or affected you in a certain way. And now they don't, because now you've healed from that, so it doesn't bother you. It's like if you realize that you're ready to like let go of somebody, it doesn't really matter any of the things that they tell you they're going to go do. Like say you decide like, oh my gosh, like I don't love this person anymore. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, well I did this to you. I did this, I did that. I'm going after this. Like, I'm dating somebody new or whatever. Like, you're just going to be like, okay, and like, good luck to you. Like, that's what this is giving. Wow, Spirit, that was a pretty bold and direct scenario. Obviously, that's not for everybody, but it could be for someone since they called it that way. Wow. But see, it's this realization. Maybe for some of you, you're going to realize that I've been getting this a lot, that you were like in like a hypnotic state. Like something had you hypnotized. Spirit, thank you, is telling mesmerized. Yeah. You were mesmerized by somebody. Somebody had you mesmerized. And how they had you mesmerized is you weren't seeing them how they truly were. They were cloaking themselves. And guess how well they were cloaking themselves? They were doing it in your own energy. So because they were using your own energy against you, that's what was keeping this. That's why it's like when you start to pull back your energy from people and then you look at them, you see them in a different way. That's why, like, if you fall out of love with somebody, you know, you're not pouring that love into them and then they appear to change. That's how sometimes people can, you're like, whoa, why did I find them attractive? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Because you're not now seeing the love reflecting back at you that you were pouring into them. Because some of these people were cloaking in your energy. Ew. Now I know my spirit was giving me like a skinwalker type of energy. Like, this devil was like, you had things that were like siphoning your energy, using your energy against you, finessing you. These are like some people that were in just some real, like what it is, I don't want to go so dark with this. It's like if people have wounds and they refuse to heal them, so they hold on to darkness and they can't seek the light themselves, they will take the light from others and kind of use that as their energy source to totally deflect them healing and opening up. So that's what this is giving, right? So, you know, and these people, when you're around them, they can be heavily draining to you. You could be very tired, you know what I mean? And it's also a form of like destiny swapping too, because they're taking your life force, energy, vitality, your blessings, and they're turning around and they're getting it. So it's like they're taking your energy and then they're going out here being a whore with it. Spirit. They wanted me to say that, and that's sad. Somebody was going around being a whore with it. Wow. So they were just going around just giving it to everybody because they didn't know how to contain and handle your love, right? Sometimes stuff just flies out, right? So anyway, like, so they were going around finessing people, just spreading your energy all over the place. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, Spirit. Man, I feel like I gotta put a warning up on this one, because if I wasn't ready to hear this would piss me off. Oh my god. Alright, let's keep going. Page of Swords is here. So look, 5 of Wands. You're realizing like what all was up against you. There was a lot of hidden enemies. There were people that were actually competing for your energy, your time, your abundance, your blessings. Some of these people are fighting with you to get energy. Like, that's something you have to be careful for with this. I'm getting energy vampires, right? I've been seeing vampires symbolism too, so for some of these people straight up are like vampires for real. I don't mean like blood sucking, but I mean not even like, sometimes people can get into like energy vampire, like, how do I want to say this? Like modes, like cycles would be a better word. If somebody's like going through something and they get sad and depressed, because it's like, say somebody, you know, like breaks up with somebody, and then all of a sudden then they're all mopey and they don't want to be alone and be sad, so then they start to like want to call up friends and talk about it. Do you know what I mean? But then as soon as like say they get back together with their person, then all of a sudden they're not being an energy vampire anymore. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Like some people get into these psychics, and depression will do that, different things. So but there are, what I mean when I was saying like for real vampires is because there are some that are just so dark and have such deep wounds and hate and things like that in their heart that literally like all they do is like live through other people. Like they don't even know their own, like they don't even know their own identity. Like these are people that cannot be alone. They have to always be around other people. They're constantly like living life to other people, talking about, like they have to be talking about people all the time, gossiping, and that's another form of like energy harvesting, and because then whoever they're talking to about that person, and then they're projecting, and then it's a whole bunch of witch, warlock, black magic stuff. You know, I was teaching my children about this a little bit today and how to be careful. So for some of you, getting the realizations, the awakenings, wow, they had me on that for a minute. They wanted me to explain it to some of you though, right? So now you get it. Now you understand to be very careful of your energy. Be very careful of hear no evil, see no evil. What is the third one? Hear no evil, see no evil. Does it feel? See, hear, feel. I think it is. But anyways, be careful what your ears are listening to. Be careful the enchantresses, right? Like some of the songs too. Like here's one that like really pissed me off. Like finally realizing like the word witch magic. Like the System of the Down. I grew up loving them in the song Toxicity. It really gets me. The vibration of the song. But realizing all the times that they had me singing the lyrics of those songs over and over and over again, and the things that they were tricking me into saying about the angels. Those bitches. So there's so much hidden stuff. Just like how they teach us in this matrix to say good morning. Fuck that. Y'all know what morning means. Oh, let's mourn the dead, but then let's say good morning like those fuckers. No. Grand rising, baby. Grand rising. Stop telling people good morning. Okay, I'm getting feisty again. This moon is getting to me. Oh my God. So a lot of things have been making sense to you. You could be getting realizations, seeing things, getting new perspectives, finally letting go of things, finally leveling up. That's what it's about, baby. Breaking these cycles, these patterns. That's how you break out of them. Recognizing that, hey, I'm not going to repeat this cycle. I'm not going to sit here like a zombie, and you know what I mean? And that's like what our jobs do in the job schedule, and that's what the times and the clocks and the numbers and all of those things, right? Little things too, even like fuck our names. You know what I mean? Like you have your certain name, right? That you're constantly using that encodes you into this. Okay, I need to stop. I'm going on a whole nother level that some of you aren't even ready for. Okay. So there's been a lot of revelations coming out. I slowly get guided to giving more and more and more. I read on different levels of consciousness too. So if part of my reading is not making sense to you, then that part is not for you, because I try to manage how to do multiple different levels of consciousness for multiple different level star seeds. But you never know, because a lot of times just getting access to some of the things that I say, plant those seeds for you to investigate, for you to start to awaken to higher levels of consciousness. Because really, that's how it starts to, is it's like the seeds have to be planted, right? And it's like things have to slowly be revealed to you, because some of these things are so in depth. Like if you get given stuff too fast, it's like your mind processes them too quickly. It like stresses you out, because I've been there where where spirit has given me downloads, and like literally like where I'm like just taking it all in, and it mentally exhausts me so much, where it's one of those, it's like, because I'm having to articulate it as they're giving it to me, because it's how light language comes in, right? And that's how we translate that. Us channelers, we translate light language, but light language doesn't always come in. It doesn't come in through like the English language. You know what I mean? I hope I'm explaining this very well. So we translate frequencies, and see, like, I work a lot and get a lot of downloads. I work with color frequency, right? And that gets tied into the messages in the light language. So a lot of us, like, for some of you, like, you can read certain symbols, certain things. It was interesting. I was getting guided to something like, some of you can draw language of the light. Like, there's so many different ways. A lot of you don't realize that you can speak different light language and stuff. Singing, vibrations, and different things. So for some of you, some of these things are coming online, and it's activating and downloading things within you as really awakening. Raising your level of consciousness is really activating higher levels of your DNA strand, which is really bringing back the remembrance of our very, very powerful blueprints and ancient DNA that we have, right? So we are like putting together the missing pieces and activating this new grid. So, all right, guys, I'm almost out of time. I got less than a minute left. Let's see what else. Oh, I guess I'll just close it here and say subscribe to the channel if you have not. So that way you got my channel saved. You can come back, find more readings. You know, I don't charge anything for my channel. I know a lot of members are starting to do the join me's for a small price. My content's always going to be free, right? And I have all kinds of different videos with different teachings. They're all timeless, as baby time is just here, constructed in the 3D realm, not through spirit and not through his channeling messages. So feel free to take a look at any of my videos, whatever you feel guided to, whatever title brings you in, or whatever, at any given time that you want a teaching, something, you know, because I'm an activator, a grid worker, all sorts of stuff. So you get lots of stuff over here. Color therapy as well. A lot of my readings are encoded with colors and frequencies, to tones, to sound healing, all sorts of different things that is hidden for a reason. All right, guys, I gotta go. I got like 5 seconds left. Love and light to all of you. Bye.